Hi, Acadiana. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Happy Friday, happy weekend to you. It's another muggy one out here on this November the 8th. It is homecoming weekend for UL, and unfortunately it looks like some rain is going to be affecting some of the activities coming up on Saturday. But all summer long I've been telling you to save the stuff that matters because storm season never really ends. Ritter Consulting Engineers uses Matterport 3D imaging to scan your home or business, which can be used for insurance purposes before and after the storm. They're also revolutionizing real estate so buyers can tour homes right from their computer. Call Ritter Consulting Engineers at 984-8498 or visit their website. A lot of cloud cover here, but fortunately not as much fog as we saw yesterday. The wind speeds up a little bit as a trough is out to the west, a ridge off to the east, and then we've got Rafael down to the south. So with a little bit more wind out here, the visibility is much better. And as far as traveling, there have been a few very light showers, especially over the western sections, but locally, most of the roadways are dry. You're just going to be dealing with a lot of cloud cover and some humid conditions this morning. For the kids heading off to the bus stop, it is going to be warm and muggy once again. Temperatures generally in the lower 70s, and some thunderstorms could be in and around the area later this afternoon, especially over the western half of Acadiana, with temperatures running in the mid-80s. Right now, most of the region has dropped down into the lower 70s, well above normal for the early part of November. And there have been a couple of light showers in the offshore waters, but most of the rain has been up through the Arklatex and then farther to the west where a new low pressure area is developing as an upper trough starts to pull out of the desert southwest. That's going to drag a front close to the region once again over the weekend, and that's why our rain chances are going to be increasing. A bit of moisture might come in from Rafael, but a lot of the track is going to stay to the south, so some of that moisture will be limited. We've already got plenty of moisture that's in place right now to spark off those showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. But that upper trough is going to finally eject off toward the northeast, and again pushing that frontal boundary that's over West Texas up into East Texas to the Louisiana state line tomorrow. So showers and thunderstorms will be a lot more likely, probably starting late in the morning and going into the afternoon hours on Saturday, and then some lingering showers on Sunday. Unfortunately, the front doesn't make it through. We're going to have to wait for another trough to dig out in the west that might bring us some drier air for the early part of next week, but the cool stuff probably won't come in until mid to late next week. Of course, we'll see some high-level clouds blown off from Hurricane Rafael that strengthened overnight once again. It is a major hurricane at this time, but it is forecast to weaken. Notice how the rain chances will start to increase a little later this afternoon. So I'll go with about 20% for the eastern half of Acadiana and up to 60% for areas right along the Texas state line. So about a 40% general rule as a rain chance, but most of that will come in later in the day. Temperatures are going to be climbing back into the mid-80s. Again, very warm for the early part of November. Looking ahead into tomorrow, though, there will be a chance for some moderate to heavy rain in some cases. The grounds are a little bit more saturated due to the recent rainfall, so if you get some heavy downpours, there could be some flooding possible, especially there in parts of western and northwestern portions of Acadiana. So a slight risk that we could see some flooding in those areas on Saturday. Offshore waters are not going to be friendly for boaters as we head into the weekend, mainly because Rafael is moving off toward the west, and that is going to elevate the tides along the coast. So we do have a coastal flood advisory that's going to be posted and a small craft advisory in place for our nearshore waters. And then you start to get into those tropical storm warnings that are out in the far, far offshore waters. But Rafael going over a warm eddy and increasing its intensity overnight with winds up to 120 miles per hour. It's Category 3. It will still move into a more unfavorable area for strengthening, so weakening is forecast, but Rafael has overperformed quite a bit over the last couple of days. The low out to the west is going to tug it northward briefly, but I think the ridge of high pressure over the Atlantic backbuilding will eventually win the battle, and that's why we're thinking we might see a loop of Hurricane Rafael moving west, then northwest, and then shifting its way back toward the south. But at this time, it looks like the conditions are going to be pretty unfavorable, even in the southern part of the Gulf of Mexico. But none of the models right now coming toward Louisiana. Maybe a little drift in our direction for a while, but then looping around and heading back to the south. And all of the intensity models are showing a decrease. Right now, it's a Cat 3, but we think it's going to continue to weaken and should be a tropical storm as we head through the weekend. Elsewhere, there's still another area that we're watching north of the Caribbean islands, but a very low chance that we'll see some development. moment. We'll go over all of that today at noon live on Let's Talk Tropics. So we're kind of back to normal on the Acadiana Weather Today schedule. So please join me then, and I'll have the latest on Hurricane Rafael. Our high today, 85 degrees. Again, a chance for some showers and thunderstorms, mainly during the afternoon. Best chances for rain will be over the western half of Acadiana. Thunderstorms and showers pretty likely on Saturday. I think the big stuff will probably pull in here late morning through the afternoon. And unfortunately, yes, that will affect the football game over at Cajun Field at 4 o'clock. Hopefully we won't see the lightning. We can deal with the rain, but yeah, fans, bring your ponchos because it's probably going to be wet out there, and for tailgating too. And then on Sunday, still some lingering showers with a high temperature near 82 degrees. Well, I hope you enjoy Acadiana weather today. If you do, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also turn on those notifications. And don't forget, you can hear my weather forecast on Big 102.1, Planet Radio 106.7, and Freedom 95.1. And any updates in between, you can follow my social media pages, both on Facebook and X. Join me at noon live for Let's Talk Tropics, and if you can't, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.